And we'll find out how they get on. It's underway. The jump ball is up, and it is controlled by Dubai Basketball. And the 2025 Adidas NEXTGEN EuroLeague finals are underway. And straight away, you've got Dubai trying to pick apart this very long Barcelona defense.
Yeah, they have the length, and they're going to bother Dubai team with the length and pressure for sure.
And also, we talked about this before the game as well, though. You said this Barcelona team is incredibly physical. So it'll be interesting to see if Dubai can handle that pressure down low.
Yeah, definitely, and they have the deep roster on the bench as well. So each guy coming in and have the same length and the size. So they're not going to struggle with the physicality.
First shot against Barcelona is off the mark. Paul Pena misses at the other end. The jump shot is up and away. Almost offensive rebound for Mamadou Nemaga. The ball goes out of bounds. It will go back to Barcelona, and Sean Keita, third-year veteran, if you would like to say that, of the NEXTGEN, will take it out of bounds. I think you're right in that, with the initial exchanges, say nervousness, but neither team has really settled into a rhythm yet.
Yeah, it's always tough beginning of the game, just to get a feel for the game. Take a couple shots, but no clear shots yet, except this one. But yeah, both teams are pressuring, using their hands, it's really active.
Well, Luke Scrivenet opens the scoring for Barcelona. Vukovic, one of the players you highlighted before the game for Dubai, misses the three. The other one, Barcelona, no hesitation with the trigger. It's a nice samba.
It's a beautiful stroke.
Three-point shooting seems to be something that players develop later in their career. Rare is it to see a real great shooter of the basketball at this age.
Well, yeah, they're still growing. They're still changing their shots sometimes, and it's just going to be consistent for them. They got to take the shot every time, same shot every time, and be consistent with their shot. But they're still developing.
He makes that first three against a 5-0 lead to start the game. Favor Barcelona, make that 7-0. It's Keita, the offensive rebound, and lays it home gently.
Obviously, Barcelona has an advantage on the rebounds as well with their length.
Three-point shot is off the mark, and an offensive rebound for Nemaga, but he's called for a foul. That first foul called off the game, goes against Dubai. So the jump shot is off from Azualas. So this next generation of players, next generation of referees as well, I suppose, to a certain extent.
Yes, sir. It's a great test for everybody on the court.
Again on the attack. Goes into that direction. Davis. First score of the game. Double-digit scorer in the qualification tournament. Belgrade that they won against Mega in the final by 2 points, 91 to 89. Although it's fair to say, though, these teams could be very different to what we saw in the qualification tournament. New players, they've got 3-4 months on. Some of them have got better, some have got taller. They're still growing.
Yes, for this age group, each day, each month is very important. So, yeah, they still keep growing, and they have a couple of additions each team. So. Much different than the qualifications.
First block shot of the game, Sean Keita. Maga going to have to come with something a little more stronger than that if you want to take down the big fella. It's a 10-0 run to open this game. Barcelona looking comfortable so far, although still very early in the action. Barcelona back on the attack once more. The drive, moving it.
Yeah, Barcelona keep putting that pressure inside out. They take a couple of good shots, wide open shots, and got a couple of offensive rebounds, so they're going to keep putting pressure on the guys.
And I guess again with the younger players, defense is probably the most difficult thing to teach them, right?
Yeah, you got to get in mind to it, and you got to explain them that defense really means championships. You just got to get stops in order to play next level. You got to stop. So you got to get stops. your shots may not fall in every day, but you can really play defense. As you see now, it's a great defense. And this is one thing that I tell my players, you can play defense. There's no excuse not to play defense.
Talking about defense. We saw that first defense stand there. The hustle play. Paul Pena with the steal.
Dubai timeout.
And we've got our first timeout of the game.
You just got to get stops and go for easy buckets.
So over timeout, Luke Kluvenet will take the ball out for Barcelona, who lead by 12 points to 0. Still man-to-man defense from Dubai. Kluvenet on the drive. Lovely little drop pass down there to Davis, but defense that you called for from Dubai.
Great defense. After timeout, now let's see what they come up with on the offensive side.
Yeah, and it's important when it's your timeout, the first action needs to be positive for you. So for Dubai there to get a stop, that's a big boost for them.
Yes, sir. Definitely coming out of a timeout now, it's important for them to execute on offense as well.
Behind the back pass from Huelves, Vucevic. This is the jump shot, and here comes Barcelona again.
They hit the looks, they just couldn't convert it. It's just doesn't work for Dubai at this point.
Then Keita drawing the foul on new to the game back. Toure, very post up by the big man. Again, we touched this before. It's so much important to get teaching how to play the game. These kids all know how to shoot. They all definitely know how to dunk. But getting your foot, that post up there from Keita, that's
just little details. Your footwork, the way you pass the ball, the way you carry yourself on the court. And it was a great footwork by Keita, the post up. And it's all about little details.
Eventually, we hope that they develop into two-time EuroLeague champion like yourself. Again, I throw takes you back to being 16, 17.
Yeah, they're having open looks, just couldn't convert it yet. And Barcelona keep putting that pressure on, put the ball inside, playing in and out.
He'll take his first substitution. He'll take a break. The size continues from Barcelona. One thing that does stand out, this team is big in the middle. It doesn't get much bigger than Mohamed Kone.
Yeah, as I said, they have a deep roster, so whoever comes off the bench has the same size and the physicality.
On the drive. Back into Barcelona. Dubai still looking for their first point of the game.
Barcelona might go inside again.
Some expectation on Vucevic as he drives down the lane. Turns the ball over. An air ball last time. Of course, we've had a lot of experience with the men's team in the EuroLeague as well this season. So we highlighted him before the game. Do you think a little more pressure coming back to this level, having been an integral part of the men's team for the last couple of months?
Yeah, it's great for him. It's great experience for him to be with the senior team and now back with his team in NEXTGEN finals. I'm sure he learned a lot from his big brothers and being with the senior team, practicing with them, playing a couple of games. It's all about the experience. You just got to soak it in.
Off the mark for Dubai once again, and they're still looking for their first points. Correct. This is the jump shot off the offensive rebound. Down low. Gutierrez gets his first points of the game. Beautiful pass. Dumped in by Diaz. I think that wasn't, excuse me, that was Gonzalez with the no-look pass down low. Surely, first points of the game for Dubai. Touch one, back with Bukhari. Assist to Andy Huelves. It's good to see Dubai on the scoreboard. 2 points to them, 14 for Barcelona. We're over midway through the first period. Barcelona looking like they're in control right now, that has to be said. Shot away from Hernandez, and he converts the three. Barcelona perfect from downtown so far. Coaches would dream of that, isn't that right, Doug?
Yes, sir. It's unlike Dubai. Dubai missed 63s at the beginning of the game, but Barcelona felt more comfortable shooting those threes. Dubai had open looks, just couldn't convert it, but good start for Barcelona.
Yeah, and there's one of those examples there of defensive lessons learned. The double team comes on the baseline. Oh, you see the bucket here from Dubai. Have them dive down, taking away the easy layup opportunity. Ball goes back to Dubai on the baseline. 5 on the shot clock. Got to get working quickly here. 4 inbounds. The shot is away by Ahmad.
Another big prospect.
Just like the production line size on this Barcelona team. Boney, one of the more spectacular athletes you will see this weekend.
Yeah.
Big example.
Yeah.
You don't have to be jumping.
Yeah. He got caught in the air, but recovered quickly and blocked the shot. It's incredible.
I think that's what they call bands. Did you have
Bunnies.
bands?
We used to have a little bit.
Oh, you were dunk contest when you were 16, 17. Don't let me talk you down.
I was up there, yeah, when I was young. Yeah, I was up there, but that led to many injuries afterwards. Flying up and landed hard.
Did you eventually learn the value of becoming a ground warrior?
Yes, definitely. At the end of my career.
It gives longevity, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
At the free throw line. Lebone gets his first point of the game. In the finals in Belgrade, he had a double-double, 12 rebounds, 10 points and 12 rebounds in 17 minutes. That's what the luxury this young man can be. Now he extends his team lead. It's a dominant first quarter by Barcelona. Just a reminder, this is the first game added as Next Generation EuroLeague Finals 2025. Group A action. Dubai basketball against Barcelona. And so far, Dubai have 2 points. Barcelona with 19. Dubai struggling with fantastic exterior defense. Offensive foul. What do you see there, though?
Yeah, it's one thing that, screening is really important. Is you talk about the little details, taking care of little details, but guards have to wait for the screen because sometimes bigs are rushing and trying to catch the guys, and that leads to a moving screen. So I always tell my guards, wait for the screen, be patient. So usually it's a turnover of a big guy, but it's to me it's the guard's fault.
3 fouls for Zukure, and that's great to have a point guard confess the guard's fault when the big man gets called for a legal screen. More often because the foul goes to the big man.
Exactly.
And it's great, but to be fair, it has been a point of emphasis in international basketball for several years now, is to make sure that the screen is set 100% rigid, and shoulder to shoulder the ball hands are coming off that screen. And there you see Greaves is using a big screen to stand up. There's a rebound. Doubles his tally, he goes to 4 points. And it's a dominant performance from Barcelona so far, +8 on the rebounding score, as well as +19 on the scoreboard.
They haven't fouled yet, so they're aggressive, but being smart as well. They can use their fouls so they get the bonus, but they didn't need it.
Nice catch and finish from Alianak down low. As well as with the pass.
If he can bring some toughness, he's going to be guarding the Bone. Let's see if he can do a good job. But yeah, the Bono is ready to go.
If the Boney adds the three-point game, the three-point shot to his game, his weapons, that becomes a terrifying prospect.
Definitely.
Foul, you said they hadn't committed the foul. First foul of the game committed by Barcelona.
Well, you don't want your first foul to be a shooting foul. I meant to say they're doing a great job pressuring the ball, but obviously use those fouls when opponent not shooting.
That's a harsh call, though. You have to admit, he got the ball, I guess, afterwards.
Yeah.
But ball doesn't lie. If you make the free throws, Bandaka. Miguel gets his first point of the game. Takes his team's total to 5 with a free throw to come. Just over 2 minutes left in this first period. Gricic on the drive, kicks to the corner. Strong baseline penetration. Gonzalez perhaps had the open look, but they move it on, and Grujic hits another three. A remarkable start from Barcelona, 5 of 5 from deep, and they stretched out to a very dominant 22-point lead as the first quarter drags down. Step back jump shot is off the mark, and here comes Barca once more. We're going to see their fast break action now. Grujic drives down the gut, converts the layup, and then he does a little bit of breakdancing there to flip back to his feet. He's asking for a foul. The referee says, get back on defense, young man. Dubai looking to get some rhythm, maybe looking a bit like the rabbit caught in the headlights right now. Alyanak work against the double team. Great defense, great hands there from Gonzalez. And here comes Barca. Grujic drives with the floater. Comes off the front of the rim and go back to Dubai. And we must say, it's almost like a heavyweight boxer that's been pounded on the ropes right now. Need the end of this first quarter. And you see Grujic converting the layup. 5 points for the number 9. It will be a Dubai basketball as the first quarter winds down. More substitutions. If anything, as Mo Keita comes in the game.
Barcelona keep pressure in the full court. Let's see if they can force it to a turnover.
It's hard to believe with Mohamed Keita out there, they're more athletic, which is hard to believe how way they jump all over the court. And look, the pressure on every shot. Daboni with the defensive rebound. And they'll settle down. And their game management has been okay, it's 10 minutes. It's a very small sample set. But they know when they got the chance to run, and they know when to try to pound it inside.
Great pass. Yeah, again, I mean, you see that Dubai is struggling shooting from behind the arc. And, you know, they're gonna what Barcelona is doing, putting the ball inside. And once they put the ball inside, they find open shots outside. So Barcelona is more organized at this point in this first quarter.
Well, their quality is showing through of Barcelona, it has to be said. That's resulted and definitely being demonstrated on the scoreboard. What an impressive start from this young man, Mohamed Daboni. A lot of hype about him when he had his first appearance in the Next Generation tournament last year. People could not believe how athletic he was. But we've seen so far a balanced performance from him. He's at 8 points. Yeah, 3-point shot, block shot.
Contributed as soon as he came off the bench. You know, it's a great mentality, being ready when your name is called, and it shows a great character to me that come in and contribute right away on both ends on the court.
Open look for Alyanak. Misses the 3. Offensive rebound and the stick back. Miguel Bandaka with his first field goal of the game. Barcelona will hold for the final offense of the first quarter. The lead by 24. Daboni made his first 3, makes another, and that will be the end of the first quarter. And wow,
what a quarter he had.
Will start missing eventually. Maybe they relax. You would expect Dubai to make some kind of run. Maybe here's the start of the second. Second period underway. Barcelona using the full depth of their bench. Miguel Gonzalez kicks it down to this young man, Daboni. And the only, I can't call it a weakness, the only thing that he seems to have any issue with is just his physique. He hasn't got the power to get through the double team in the post. Dubai with the stop. Now, Weldes drops the ball off. A strong drive. Manolopoulos is called for the offensive foul. As Mohamed Keita steps in front. Manolopoulos said, I'm not scared of the big fellas, but they didn't go for the block shot. Like the drive from the point guard, but went into the trees, and the oak tree was not forgiving. Barcelona once again on the offense, leading by 27 points.
Again, they put the ball inside, keep pounding them from inside. That makes a huge difference and open up the shots for the threes as well. So everything works out perfectly for Barcelona so far.
Keita with the finish in the paint. Dubai off the mark. The offensive rebound by Alianak. Nice footwork by the young Turkish player. You talk about how important footwork was. That then creates the basket for him by being able to step through.
Definitely, he didn't rush. Once he get the ball, he just read the defense and great footwork, not travel the ball. It's a good finish.
Barcelona on top with the ball. The drive. Mohamed Keita misses the layup. Here comes Dubai. Anopoulos. I have to admit, I mean, he's only short sample set, but Alianak gets his team's first three-point shot. Well, they missed 9 in a row in the first quarter. If they make 9 in a row here in the second, they'll get right back into this game. So first of all, they got to slow down this Barcelona offense. Gonzalez misses the first three-point miss of the game for Barcelona. Dubai on the attack. Huelves. There. Step back three, and it comes up short from Vermani. There's a whistle in transition. A foul is called. That is Anil Alianak, who misses the three. Anopoulos with the standard half-court defensive foul to stop the fast break opportunity.
Dubai needs to play a little more aggressive on defense in order to get back in this game, because it seems like shots are not falling in, and the only way to get back in the game is getting some stops, which they're struggling with, especially inside game. So they've got to do a better job pressuring the ball, not to let the ball go inside easily.
Again, the veteran Sound Keita gets the easy score. Another missed three from Dubai, but they get the offensive rebound. Nice spin move to the baseline by Gradin, and he's fouled by Mohamed Keita. The Argentinian big man will go to the free throw line, looking to get his first points of the game. Nice drop step, leaning into the basket. Keita leaning in, getting in with the body and the arms. And free throws come, which of course is off the mark. Nothing going through the rim for Coach Rimac and his team so far. Converts the second. Dubai 13, Barcelona 38. Dubai is the nominated home team in this game. Of course, it's all central venue. Got to have a home team and away team. As Barcelona get on the attack again. Paul Pena scored the first basket of the game. Kicks off to Guille, scored the first three. There's a steal. Transition opportunity. Huelves down the lane, can't convert the layup. Rebound is stripped away by Barcelona in transition. Pena! He gets the layup to go. And you like the energy to get back on defense after he makes the score. Barcelona by 27. There's going to be another charge. Nope. We'll see which way the referee's going to call this. The referee has called that on Mohamed Keita.
And these are good fouls. They're, being aggressive and helping their teammates. So these fouls are completely okay. You see, there's 3 guys around them when he drives. Barcelona is really trying hard to help each other on defense.
I'm not sure Mohamed Keita knew too much about that foul, actually. You see Pena laying the ball home at the other end. Keita comes to his feet and he'll take a break. I'll say he's sort of helping on defense, as you say, which is great help, but he pivoted into a guard coming at full speed. Actually, it's Simon Gradin. No, it's baseline possession. That was not judged to be in the act of shooting. Manos Marinopoulos will take the ball out of bounds for Dubai. Vukovic swarming defense from Sound Keita with the intensity on his face, but Vukovic is equal to the challenge, and he gets the score.
Very good finish. He didn't settle for 3. Took the advantage of big guy and attack him.
Strong drive Even stronger offensive rebound, but can't convert Seon Keita, but they get another chance. 6 offensive boards for both teams now. Yeah. Not much happening there. Been impressed with Seon Keita so far. Number 63 of Barcelona.
Keita has been great. Shooting high percentage, being around the rim, getting rebounds.
And again, I'll defend him again because he's looking, in practice, GA probably shoots that every single time. And now you decide to try to pass to me.
Right, yeah. It's just decision making sometimes, you know. These guys, they're being too unselfish too. So when there's a right shot, you got to take that shot, you know.
But this is a facet of the game that you learn. That there's certain players, you know, when they get loose, they're not thinking about passing the ball, and it's not a bad thing because you know he's going to put it up.
Right.
So you know either get back on defense or go block out.
Exactly.
Another missed jump shot there from 3. Dubai now 1 of 13 from deep. Barcelona back on the attack once more. Plus 9 rebounding, 21-12.
This is what Dubai needs to do. Just get stops and go for easy transition.
Yeah, Manolopoulos, been impressed with him since he's come in this second period. Young Greek guard. You know, you hate to stereotype players by his nationality, but you think over the years the great Greek guards, Sloukas, Spanoulis, they're all aggressive, strong, going to the basket. Cerebral players as well who see the floor, read the floor well. We're seeing this in Manolopoulos early on as he makes his first points of the game. Converts a pair. It'll be a Barcelona possession. Dubai actually outscoring Barcelona in the start of this second period by 10-6, so the nerves have maybe settled down a little bit.
That's it. Another turnover by Barcelona. Dubai is being active on defense, but he's got to convert it.
Gang block shot there. And there's bodies flying. But Manolopoulos with that steal. You can see the drive. It's Keita who comes in from the weak side, sweeps the ball away. 3 block shots for Barcelona in the game so far. Nursing a 23-point lead midway through the second period. Bubanet will bring it up. Guarded by Manolopoulos.
Again, good pressure. You just can't let blow by there. Yeah.
Okay, so I can hear you in the timeout now, Coach. You're saying, look, you played 3 steps of defense and then stopped.
Yeah.
You got to keep him in front of you.
That's it. You have the intention, you just got to keep playing. Don't stop playing.
Yeah, and also communication. One thing that young players seem to struggle with is talking to each other on defense. So Manolopoulos, when he gets beaten, he should be yelling
I agree.
for the help, and instead he gets his teammate dunked on.
I agree. Great pass.
Good hustle on the backboards from Dubai. Certainly been a lot more competitive here in this second period. I can't say Barcelona have relaxed. Dubai have raised their game. Manolopoulos at the buzzer. And another offensive rebound. This time Alianak. Well, this will certainly give encouragement to the Dubai basketball team. Especially Vukovic can make a 3, which he can. And if you're Coach Marin of Barcelona, not panic stations, but at what point do you call the timeout?
I mean, we were talking about the length of Barcelona, but we see that now Dubai has more, they have more offensive rebounds than Barcelona. You know, Dubai is dominating on offensive rebound. Barcelona has done a great job defensively, but they got to finish it up with the rebound.
Well, credit to Dubai. They're certainly playing, out-hustling the Barcelona team in the start of the second period, but we got a steal. And a breakaway. Manolopoulos tells the referee he did not commit a foul, but instead Massamba Gueye will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
It's just a miscommunication here.
And you know what? Malinopoulos, he may have a point.
Yes.
Well, he got him on the arm as well, probably, but
yeah, it's always controversial, you know, when you hit the ball, there's a hand, not, you know, it's part of the ball or not. It's just up to the referee, obviously.
But it's always more difficult as a player. If you chop down on the basketball, the referee is more often than not going to go against you.
Yes.
Just because visually it looks like you've done something wrong. Gueye, who made the first 3-point shot of the game, makes his first free throw. He goes to 4 points personal and extends his team's lead to 26. Make that 27 as he shoots both free throws there now. 8 of 9 from the free throw line as a team. Barcelona comfortably ahead, but Dubai certainly playing better in this second period as it winds down towards halftime. Alyanak off with the 3. And there's that hustle again from Dubai. It's not as if they're just going and grabbing it. They're just keeping the ball alive. Maybe Barcelona relaxing, not blocking out as well as they should do. This is something that can happen sometimes. You tell me when you're that much bigger than the opposition, you don't block out, you just go get the ball. And so they just dive around you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how big you are, you just got to box out. It's one of the main things that, you know, we talk about details. No matter how tall you are, it doesn't matter that means that you're going to get the rebound, or, you know, you just got to keep boxing out.
Yeah, nice breakaway, fast break dunk for Dubai there. Namaga, who makes the slam dunk. Gutierrez answers with a 3. Interesting, Mamadou Namaga played for Barcelona under 18s in the 22-23 season.
Yeah.
Well, team coming out, second quarter, winding down. Dubai being competitive here in the second period, but still trail by 28. Vukovic missed the 3. The Bone back in the game and announced his presence with a monstrous rebound. And Grujic eases his way up court. Barcelona settling into the half-court set. The bigs screen for each other, then put that ball screen in. The Bone looking downstairs, feed his teammate. And that's big-to-big action.
Right. Now, the Bone and Kone in at the same time. It's trouble for Dubai. You know, it's going to be tough to contain them.
Well, they got that switch on the high screen and roll, looking to get the matchup. Welves, who is 15 centimeters and probably 30 kilos lighter than Abdurrahmane Kone. And he doesn't even say thank you to his teammate for the switch. And it'll be Kone who'll go to the free throw line. Both teams have committed 5 fouls in this second period, so any more defensive fouls committed in the final 2.5 minutes will result in free throws. Abdurrahmane Kone got a little bit of a shimmy on his free throw stroke. Better be able to make it if you can do it behind the back before you shoot the ball. Remember, in the olden days, it used to be if you wear a crazy number like 00 or 99, you better be able to play. Nowadays, look, that's for the TikTok followers, right?
I mean, as long as it works, it goes in. Well, he missed this one, but...
Well, he doesn't even, he could be 95%. I'll let him miss one. 29-point lead for Barcelona. They led by 27 at the end of the first period. Andy Welves tries to drop inside, but he just drops it down to Namaga, who gets in trouble, and there'll be a jump ball that's called between Kone and Namaga. Referee not able to decide. And we do have possession arrows.
It's a tough call.
Well, referees can only go by what they see. And we do not have the instant replay system in place for the Next Generation tournament. Welves converts a pull-up jump shot, gets his first points of the game. Grujic, well defended there. As Rolas putting pressure on the ball, forcing the turnover. Barcelona haven't taken care of the basketball particularly well. 9 turnovers so far, Dosh, in this first half.
Yes, it's quite high for Barcelona team, but you got to give credit to Dubai. They're being active. You know, they always using their hands as actively on defense and force Barcelona make turnovers. But they weren't able to convert those turnovers into a basket yet.
Foul call. Will be Klubanet will go to the line. Alianak taking him out in transition. Luke Klubanet, 4 points, 2 assists so far in this game. Going to add to that total. His first trip to the free throw line. 20 minutes is anything to go by. It's been a statement of intent from Barcelona. Anybody who doubted that they were up to the challenge so far will have been corrected. I think that's safe to say, wouldn't you say, Doge?
Yes, sir. I mean, definitely they've taken this game very seriously, and doesn't seem like they're going to stop at any point. They already scored 53 points before the halftime, so it's a great discipline that they put on the court.
Great news is every game from the Adidas Next Generation EuroLeague finals will be available live on the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague live channels, YouTube, EuroLeague TV. Gricic drives, gets the layup, strong finish. He's really developed his body strength.
This is, I think, one thing that he improved by just practicing and playing with the senior team. That move he just saw using his body is definitely something that he got from his big brothers on the senior team.
Yeah, that's a great observation. That experience that you get, and he does translate to this level, playing against smaller, less developed players. Beautiful interior pass. Gone wants to slam, but gets fouled from behind. Diop Amath coming over the back of the big man. He will take his unique free throw style back to the stripe to shoot 2 more. Gricic with a nice pass inside. There you see again that strong use of the body. Left hand on the left-hand side of the basket. How easy is the game when you can use your right and your left hand?
I mean, in a modern era now, you got to use both. It makes everything easier for you, obviously, but there's you got to be able to finish. You watch Kyrie now in the NBA, how he finishes with both hands. You can't really tell if he's lefty or right-handed, so it's incredible.
It was once upon a time on the Scant report they'd say if he was right-handed or left-handed. That's almost like an afterthought now, because you're right, the necessity because of athleticism. Shot blockers come from everywhere. You have to be able to use your body, and we get a double dribble turnover. That's maybe a little bit of fatigue at the end of a brutal first half for Dubai. Andy Welves with the double dribble. It's his 4th turnover. Dubai now double digits, 10 turnovers in the period. Gricic, hesitation dribble, turns it over. Amath goes coast to coast and converts with the left hand, just as we talk about it on the left hand side. Amath goes to 2 points personal. First half winding down. That's 7 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Dubai should get the ball back. Gricic looking to feed Kone downstairs. Welves with the steal. And then Guille steals it right back, and an unsportsmanlike foul is called. And as Welves, frustrated, tries to get him back and commits the foul.
Great job by Guille, not giving up. It's a crucial steal. And forced Dubai to foul him, which ended up with unsportsmanlike. And Barcelona is going to have the ball again for the last possession of the game.
Welves gets the unsportsmanlike, which is his 3rd foul of the game, along with his 5th turnover. Pesky defense from Guille. His team's 5th steal of the game, although Dubai have got 7 steals themselves. Guille makes the free throws, and with 7.8 seconds left in the first half, Barcelona will have possession. So to close out the first half on a high, you got 58 points. I don't see how you can have any disappointment with what comes out this final 8 seconds, but let's see. It will be sideline possession. Paul Pena will take it out. Dubai maintaining man-to-man defense. Gricic working the dribble, the high screen, the roll, the rip through, stolen away by Amath though, and that should be it for the final 20 minutes.
This was his 3rd turnover in a row, unfortunately. but you know, he's got to learn from it. These guys are obviously he's trying to help his teammates out, but that's something that he needs to refocus in the second half.
Great hustle there from Diop. Amath playing hard even though his team are down by 32 points. 0.6 seconds left. Barcelona have got the ball back because the possession arrow up to jump ball. The ball's lobbed up, and that is actually it. Caught the first half a little bit early. Looking to build on the second quarter, and as long as you get better each period as the game goes on, there's something positive to take away. And then we get the action going. And it is Azulas. And still Alienak down low. He's in trouble against Debone.
Yeah, I see the frustration on Coach Rimac. You know, they come out and didn't really execute what he drew, so he was going crazy on the sideline.
Well, who'd be a coach? You can keep that job. I'll let you have that. I won't be competing if you apply for another head coaching job. Good defense there from Alienak. Forced the miss, and now Dubai have got numbers, 5 on 4, but then Alienak just drives into trouble. And here comes Barcelona on the fast break. Guille down the lane. Good defense from the number 12, Doucouré, but he had 3 fouls in the first half, and he's picked up his 4th inside a minute. So I expect Coach Rimac may give him a break. See, the defense is good. He goes up straight, but then he leans down and chases the ball.
Yes, that's again coming back to the little details. He's done a great job on help defense, but jumping straight up and don't bring the hands down. That's one thing that all these young guys needs to learn. Once you bring your hands down, it's an automatic foul.
But just to remind people that you've got somebody charging down the lane at you. Massamba Guille on the drive. The last thing your brain is telling you to do is just stand in front of him and take a charge, right? So this is all part of the learning process. That's why we play these competitions. You think some of the great players that have laced up in the next generation tournament, the likes of Luka Doncic, Victor Wembanyama, of course, just to name a pair. Shot clock running down. Dubai looking for the first points of the second half. The 3-pointer is off. Good hustle from Mohamed Keita. Barcelona transition offense. Debone double teamed in the low post. Can he get rid of the ball, find the open man? Eventually they do, and that turnaround jump shot is finished. That's a nice move by Mohamed Keita. His first points of the game, and the first points of the second half. The lead goes to 37. Turnover from Dubai. And there the foul in the open floor. We're playing as Wulas halting the action. Daniel Gonzalez was looking to run the fast break for Barcelona. They seem to have boundless energy at this age, though. Do they get tired? 16, 17?
Well, they're really, especially these kind of finals, you can't really get tired. You prepare maybe all season for these kind of games, and these are the times that you can't really deal with fatigue or exhaustion, so you just got to go all out there and try to do your best. You can't really use tiredness as an excuse in these games.
Oh, no tiredness there. Mohamed Debone with the rejection. And then Bandaka thinking better of trying to take him on again and tries to get the pass inside. Instead, he turns it over. Debone, we talk about, he gets up so quick, he elevates. And you put that on top of his length. 5 block shots in the game now for Barcelona. Barcelona stuttering on offense a little bit to start this third period. Oh, there's hop, skip, and a foul. There's Miguel Gonzalez. Dances down the lane. Broken play. takes matters into his own hands, skips through. Foul is called and he will go to the free throw line. Barcelona were 13 of 17 at the free throw line in the first half. Almost for Coach Marin, it's got to be almost a perfect balance. 8 of 9 3-point shooting, 14 of 25 from 2, getting a lot of free throws, so that means you're attacking the basket and shooting jump shots and playing pretty good defense, and he conceded 26 points so far.
I'm sure he's really happy the way his team handles this first game of the finals. But glad to see him, still wants more from his players, which is great, because these kind of finals, you can't never relax. There are 8 great teams in this finals, and anything can happen, so there's no time for relaxation.
Indeed, anything does happen, as Miguel Bandaka gets the layup. And there's a first 3-point play of the game.
Well, it's offensive foul, I think.
I think the referee's called that and one. He's called a blocking foul. Wow. Tomislav Vukovic taking the elbow to the face from Mohamed Keita. You can see why he's called a block. Yes, he gets him with the elbow, but maybe his feet weren't quite set. And it's one of those times when you get a foul because your face got in the way of the other player's arm. Not the best way to pick up a foul, but Coach Rimac is having a chat with the officials to debate whether or not there could have been an offensive foul. Officiating never something you fancied? Picking up a whistle?
Players make mistakes on the court, and obviously they're human beings, referees as well, they make mistakes, so it's something that you can't really get stuck with or rely on. Anything can happen on the court, so you just got to accept the fact, whatever they call. Obviously, with the adrenaline stuff, you just sometimes don't accept the calls, but it is what it is. You just got to go to the next play and focus on the next play.
Well, that's what players have to do, is to learn. I've been around a long time in this basketball game, and I've yet to see a referee say, "Oh, I'm sorry, that was not a foul. I'm going to wave it off." Once they've called the foul, it's not a reviewable play. You can't change the call. You don't have to be happy about it, but there's no point losing any sleep over it. Barcelona in possession, leading by 41 points. Offensive rebound off the miss by Gonzalez. He triggers the offense again. Down low. Mohamed Keita has been pretty dominant, scoring the ball at the start of this third quarter. Misses that shot though. And Alyanak gets the defensive rebound, and here comes Dubai looking to get something on the break. Manolopoulos swings the ball on. All the Dubai players on the exterior. Welves drives down the lane. I think that's going to be a foul. Looks like that was called on Debone. And Debone not moving his feet there. Welves draws the foul. And it should be a sideline possession. He was not in the act of shooting. There's got to be a natural drop-off intensity-wise from Barcelona when you've got a 40-point lead at halftime, 15 minutes in the locker room, looking at the stat sheet, looking how great I am. So the challenge, again, this is part of the learning process, right, is to how to bring yourself back to that same level of intensity you had in the first 20 minutes.
Definitely. The game is 40 minutes, so you can be up or down, doesn't matter. You just got to stay focused and work the game for 40 minutes. It's just one thing that these kids need to learn, because once they get to high level, the games won't be this, the difference of it's not going to be like this, so they got to get used to it.
But also, as the intensity increases in your career, it's not just, the slogan for the EuroLeague is every game matters. Every play matters sometimes. You cannot afford to have a sloppy defensive play. That will buy you a seat on the bench for the rest of the game sometimes.
Definitely. Each possession, each ball has its own value. So, again, you got to take care of the ball, and you got to take not good shots, but great shots on offense. Each possession matters.
Once the players have tucked their shirts in properly, we'll get back underway. It'll be baseline possession for Barcelona. Currently lead the game by 41 points. Mohamed Debone inbounds to Mo Keita. He takes off on the baseline. They're looking to get something in the paint instead. They try to kick through and turn him over. Gonzalez has the ball stolen away. Both teams with 8 steals now. Dubai being held to just 2 points so far here at the start of the third period. So any questions about the intensity of Barcelona have been answered. They're leading this third period by 11 points to 2. And they force another turnover. And here they come. Gonzalez on the wing. Uses the high screen from Debone. He dives to the basket, does not receive the ball. Dubai, I have to say their defense man-to-man has been a little less energetic here in the third period. This man here, Mohamed Keita, though, has been definitely raising the intensity. Gets another offensive rebound. They missed the stick back. In transition, Maranopoulos goes to the basket with no fear, but Maranopoulos can't convert. And then at the other end, the deuce is converted. Mikel Gonzalez gets his first field goal of the game. Dubai basketball 28, Barcelona 71 midway through the third period. This Group A action in the Adidas Next Generation EuroLeague finals. We're in Abu Dhabi for 2025. This is the warm-up action for the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague Final Four. What a Final Four we have in process. Maranopoulos with a steal. He shows his defensive nous, continues to be aggressive. He gets the field goal. He's got 3 steals in the game so far, Maranopoulos. His team trail by 41 points. Barcelona, shot clock goes under 10. GA makes the 3. Is there anybody attention to the three-point shooting? They are now 9 of 11.
Again, great execution on offense. They share the ball, pass the ball, from one side to the other side until they find the open shot. So, great execution by Barcelona.
Well, the question mark about Barcelona is whether they can sustain intensity for 40 minutes. Certainly showing that. They did win their qualification tournament, but it was a tight one. But you have to say, it's certainly been an impressive start for them here. Massamba Gueye becomes the third player in double figures in the game. He goes to 12 points. That's what you call intimidation defense, right?
Yes, definitely. You have that threat underneath. And he already had 2 blocks, the Bone, and it's hard to finish around him now.
Well, Bandaka thought about it, and then used the rim to protect the ball, but the rim stopped him from scoring. Well, I think we're going to have a substitution. Daniel Gonzalez was asking the referee to halt the game. He's got a hamstring problem by the look of things. And he will get to take a seat on the bench. Yeah, Bandaka thinks about it and says, oh, no, I'm not going on the highlight reel. Nice little pass between the legs, little nutmeg action with the bounce pass. Substitutions are plenty now. The teams making multiple changes all at once. Dubai will have possession on the sideline. 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Just a little pause at the scoring table. And the action back underway. Manolopoulos brings the ball up the court, guarded by Paul Peña.
Little miscommunication there with the mismatch. I mean, they did the switching, but they didn't talk. Again, it comes back to communication there. As I said, doesn't matter if you're up by 40 points, you just got to keep talking. One mistake, and Dubai just punished them right away with the 3-pointer.
Dare I say, if you do that when you're in a game where you're not leading by 40, 2-point game, that can be defeat for you.
Definitely.
Strong layup, strong finish by Mohamed Keita, who's certainly been impressive here in this third period. In the lane, and it's Simon Gradin. He gets fouled down low. Foul's called on Pena. Only the second foul in the period from Barcelona. They got fouls to give with a minute and a half left.
Again, you don't want this to be a shooting foul. You got to foul just a couple seconds earlier when the ball is on the ground. It's just something that, it's a learning point for Pena as well. If there's a mismatch, just foul right away. As soon as the big guy catches the ball, you have foul to give, and just foul it right away. I think his coach now probably talking about it. It's one thing that he can improve.
So we've got a big audience around the world watching this. You say foul before he becomes a shooting foul. What, in your mind, what are you thinking? You got the mismatch. As the ball's coming in, just give him a shove. What?
Well, if you asking me, I would probably stop it. Whoever was, there's no mismatch for me. So one thing defensively, I have a pride, and I'm not gonna let him score, on top of me. But obviously, if there's a big guy and huge difference on the height, and you have foul to give, you foul it right before he takes the shot. So make sure that foul is on the ground.
Yeah.
And as young players, this is one thing that they can, improve their basketball IQ on this level, and just use the fouls wisely, not on the shooting action.
So what you're saying is shove him before he catches the ball.
As soon as he catches the ball and before he turn around and square up, you can foul it, and it's a great foul before bonus.
But you mentioned that a really important point there. You said you take great pride in your defense. So, part of you is saying, I can stop him. And so it's...
Well, don't foul then.
Yeah, but you saw, this is the difficulty when you're 16, 17 years of age.
Yes.
It's hard to accept that you are anything but superhuman.
Exactly. So these are all learning points for them. This is where you make the mistakes and learn from it, and not to translate these mistakes in the next level. That's why these tournaments and finals are crucial for these guys.
Tom Vukovic commits the turnover. That's his first of the game. His team's 19th throwaway. Just losing control on the drive. Barcelona will have possession. 6 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Pena. Rare shoot attempt from him. That's called bodies banging. Kone going to the boards, and Gustav Wiltans goes to the deck. So Dubai could hold for the final shot of the third period. It will be Johannes Wallace, closely guarded by Pena. Shot clock down to 5. Working off the dribble, pulls the trigger from deep. Doesn't get the 3 to go. Offensive rebound by Gradin. He can't convert, and that is going to be it for the third quarter. And their total of 3 of 23, so they shot fewer threes, but I think that's also their turnovers that hurt as well. 19 turnovers for Dubai, 16 for Barcelona, so both teams could improve taking care of the basketball. Again, Barcelona with those 2 bigs out there looking to play high-low interior. There's Gricic on the drive, gets the shot and converts. That's a difficult shot. And we keep going back to the value of training with the men's team that Gricic has had over the last couple of months. He's got the confidence to go in there and have no fear.
Yeah, it seems like the game has slowed down for him a little bit more when I see him from the last tournaments. He's doing a great job now, again, defensively and offensively, taking his time and coming with experience from the senior team and learning from his teammates in the Barcelona team. Definitely translates his game from senior team to juniors and doing a great job so far.
You'll see another shot attempt from him there. Misses the 3. Defensive rebound for Dubai. We just missed an awesome finish from Manos Manolopoulos. We'll have to see that one again, I'm sure. As he goes in, battling for the rebound. This time he's not going to get around Seyon Keita. Barcelona pull themselves back together. They lead by 46 points. I'm sure our statisticians will have the record books out somewhere telling us the the various records we need to look at. Good double team defensively. Nimaga forcing Sam Cater into the turnover. And then in transition, Simon Gradin looking for the foul. Gets nothing. Here comes Gricic. Drives down. And this time Cater is fouled in the act of shooting.
Dubai is definitely trying to double team the low post, but they're not used to playing with each other last couple weeks, and there's a timing difference. The double teams, it's really important. When a big guy just turns to the basket, you gotta be there when he turns. If you're 1 second late, it's just the basket, and double team doesn't work. So they gotta do a better job just getting there a few seconds earlier before he turns around.
Well, you mentioned that some of these teams have a few days, weeks to be together. It takes teams months, and some organizations years to put their system in place, and then you have to adapt to it. So asking these young men to get it right first time, no surprise they have problems with, especially the talent that Barcelona has down low. I've been really impressed with Sam Cater in this game so far, one of the leaders for that team.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Keitang, they both really stepped up in the especially second half of the game, and doing a great job helping this Barcelona team.
And you see the demoralization for Dubai. 7 block shots, couple of intimidations, and there, when Nimaga gets the ball back, he doesn't want to shoot the ball, so he gives it to Manolopoulos, who's in trouble. They get the ball back. Be impressed with Manos Manolopoulos, the Greek point guard for Dubai. And here he goes in possession. Shot clock under 10. Trying to feed down low.
Again, they find the right matchup, but they're settling for the shots. There was a mismatch now.
Well, and Pena, he's got that ego that you've got defensively. He said, I'm not going to foul. Didn't foul, and he got the air ball instead.
I like that, yeah. I like that. It's great. He's not making the same mistake twice, so it's great to see him doing it.
And forcing a turnover, the first 24-second violation we've had. Gricic working off the dribble. You can see that his composure is on the next level compared to the other players on the court. This is the three-point shot, but Bucciavis, offensive rebound. You see they're always looking for the next pass.
That's why this execution is really important. They always find the right guy, yeah.
And there's the finish we've been waiting for. The first real power slam. Great ball. That was all 5 players involved. Moving the ball around, passing, and then they get the finish they've been craving. Chance to show the athleticism. Defensive rebound off another shot that Biz well defended. Sam Cater puts the ball on the floor before the double team can get to him. Gricic. Whistle is blown. A foul is called on Manolopoulos. Looks like we've got multiple substitutions again. Yeah, the beautiful pass, that final pass of a great, well-executed, full offensive set, though.
Definitely, almost everybody touched the ball, and they found the open guy and finished under the basket. It was a great offense by Barcelona.
Sam Cater goes to 11 points, one of 4 players who've scored double figures. All of those are wearing the blue and garnet of Barcelona. Turnover again, but they steal it right back. Both teams sloppy with the basketball. That's one thing they've got in common today. Bucciavis, strong drive on the baseline. Takes it to the basket, can't convert. Here comes Dubai. Open look in the corner. And the three-point is off, but there. Rebound from Gradin, and then Gricic just takes it away like he's stealing his lunch money in the playground. Offensive rebound. Ball will go back to Dubai. Bucciavis couldn't get the shot to go. Then Sam Cater going after the offensive rebound. See the length, just the elevation there.
You see Barcelona still picking up full court.
Well, you said they can't get tired. You're only 17.
No,
So
they're using their bench as well, so there's no way they get tired. They can do this all day long.
every player on Barcelona has had significant court time. The fewest minutes is Joan Omoruna, who's played 7 minutes so far. Dubai also have gone deep into their bench, but they are trailing by 49 points, 36. I guess in terms of psychologically, if you're Dubai, you'd like to see 50 points on the score sheet. And of course, for Barcelona, there's that psychological milestone of putting up 100. But if you can hold a team under 50 points at this level, that's an impressive defensive performance. It'll be a statement.
It really is. Keeping them below 50 points is huge, and it's a great boost for them to going into the tournament. Always next game is going to be tougher, so it's great seeing them doing a great job defensively.
Grujic has all the time to get the three, and an unsportsmanlike foul has been called. I didn't see where that foul was committed. Did you spot that, Doge?
No, the referees are talking. I'm not sure what they're thinking, but we'll see what they come up with.
There was a lot of contact in the paint. The unsportsmanlike.
Maybe he went underneath.
Let's see. I think it's in the paint there. There's body on body. Did he step underneath him on the three? I thought he was wide open. Well, I think, if anything, it looks like they've... we'll keep a look. They've caught it on the Maga, and that's so indeed, yeah, he stepped underneath the shooter. And this is, one of the points of emphasis. When a three-point shooter releases the ball, if the defender steps underneath his feet, it's almost an automatic unsportsmanlike. Would you agree?
Well, yeah. Sometimes though the shooters, they jump forward, so it's just the judge of the referee. They gotta see real well.
We see the play again here.
I mean, it's a tough call. I'm not sure, but yeah.
He's landed on his foot,
yes.
Which is where...
You got to read it very well, because the shooters, sometimes they jump forward, so it can go either way. And Grujic made his second three in a row, shooting it well.
Isn't it always the way? He makes one and immediately makes another one. There's a blocking foul that's been called. Omoruna is slow to his feet, and when he stands up, he'll be welcomed by a foul against his name. Talking about Grujic now, 16 points personally, he's the leading scorer in the game. Gutierrez was the leading scorer at halftime, 13 points. Hasn't scored in the second half, but he hasn't played much either. To be fair, Coach Marino's used the full depth of his bench. Tomislav Vukovic misses the pull-up jump shot. Midway through the fourth period, Dubai just 2 points so far in the fourth. Defense by Huelves forcing the turnover. Well, one thing, if you want to try and highlight something with your players after the game for your Barcelona, you talk about how many turnovers they've had. They've thrown it away 19 times today.
Yeah, most of them are unforced turnovers, so you don't want, you really see your team having so many turnovers, especially the unforced ones. That's one thing that they need to really work on going into the next game.
Trying to make it up defensively. I have to say they've done well at this end of the floor. They've only conceded 36 points. I like the way they play, everybody with their hands up the whole time.
Active hands, and they have the length, and they jump to the ball. They're doing a great job helping each other. They make fewer mistakes on defense, just miscommunication sometimes, but they really try hard on defensive end.
Well, Alionak draws the foul on the inbounds pass. Yeah, you see right away, Guille recognizes it was his mistake, losing his defensive assignment. So at least if you get it wrong, if you know you got it wrong and you own up, then there's a small token of forgiveness you might get from a coach.
I mean, the coaches already know it's your fault. but admitting it is not a bad thing. Yeah, I mean, it's just the most important thing is not to make the same mistake twice. That's in the same game, especially, that makes coaches go crazy.
Well, Massamba Gueye has had a good game so far. 12 points, 2 steals, and a couple of blocks as well. Got a couple of minutes left to try and correct that mistake he made. Again, the passing game for Barcelona. Morana loves that finish. $25 assists for Barcelona now.
Yes, that's one thing that we need to really emphasize on the Barcelona team, how they share the ball, move it from one side to other side, and 25 assists is really amazing. That shows how they execute and share the ball. So many unselfish plays.
If you can keep 25 assists and get that turnover total down under 10, then the coach may even smile for you. What I do like about this, it's not just passing the ball, but they pass and then they move as well. Move yourself, move the basketball. It's the body movement is as important as the ball movement.
Yes, their spacing is really good. They're not being stagnant and keep moving. And obviously they're super organized and disciplined on offense. That reflects on the scoring table as well.
Dakary, moves his team to 39 points. Both teams still playing hard. And a foul is called. If they're going to give that to Amath, and they do. Diop Amath picks up his second foul. Massamba Gueye with the baseline drive, and he will get free throws. There's the arm. Gets him with the arm, gets him with the body. Takes a little second to take a deep breath on the floor after his defensive exploits, and then goes to the free throw line where he will shoot to his team now. 17 of 22 at the free throw line. So a great all-round performance from Barcelona so far. Dubai, like I said, the psychological edge for them is to get, if they get to 50 points, they'll feel like they've improved in the second half, but they've really been under the cosh here in this fourth period. It's a 15-5 run in favor of Barcelona. Dubai doing anything to get an open look, and they end up shooting an air ball 3, and here comes Barcelona. Gueye with the rebound, and they settle right back into that pass and move offense. Kone down low, easy basket for him. Well, if you're Dubai, switching a guard onto Kone is almost like a death sentence.
Yes, because there's they do that, but there's no pressure on the ball that makes it much easier to pass the ball to the mismatch. And if you switch, then you got to press the ball. You got to press the ball, make it harder for the. But yeah, I agree with you. There's a huge size difference.
Certainly paying the prices. Alyanak gets the layup, his first points of the second half, and Mohamed Keita hits the floor hard on the foul. Sometimes athleticism doesn't work in your favor. He goes to the sky, and they're just coming down in a heap. I always say to people who don't know much about basketball, you have to understand it's such a contradiction in what you expect. The basketball court is relatively small, and you've got the biggest athletes in the world competing on it, trying to put a tiny basketball in one bucket, and so you get bodies going down. Have they elevated this one unsportsmanlike? Certainly looks that way.
He did, yeah. But these are dangerous plays. I know that it's not intentional, but you also got to know how to fall down and how to land on your feet. It's really important, and not to get hurt. Especially games like this when you're up by 40-50 points. You just got to be more cautious going up.
Well, Mohamed Keita is saying maybe I didn't want an unsportsmanlike foul as he gets an air ball on the second free throw. And just to explain to our audience and our fans around the world, unsportsmanlike foul has nothing to do with intent. It's not about whether or not you intended to hurt somebody. So we had the Namaga stepping underneath Grujic. That time there, Huelves wasn't trying to hurt Keita. It's just if it's a dangerous play, violent conduct.
Right. Obviously, none of these.
Never intent.
There's nothing intentional. It's just the referees judge out of basketball move. That's something that you're not supposed to do. Get
bucket converted there as the game winds down. Barcelona still playing with some level of intensity. Haven't broken that 100-point margin yet. Looking to do it on this time. Mohamed Dabone with the running floater. Kone offensive rebound, and he will go to the free throw line. Take your pick between Alyanak and Amath. They've called it on Anil Alyanak. Again, that's just pure size for the offensive rebound. Kone at the free throw line. 3 of 4 so far today. Make that 3 of 5. Just over 2 minutes left in this game. Dubai 39, Barcelona 101. Game was pretty much all over after the first quarter, but Dubai's improved in some areas, but offensively they've really struggled against this Barcelona defense.
They did. They didn't want to put the ball inside all game long, and maybe because of the Barcelona's length or the size, but they rely on three-pointers so much where they had a bad day shooting the ball from behind the arc, so they made everything tougher for the Dubai team against Barcelona.
It seemed that when they catch the ball on the wing, they're trying to play the offense instead of play the man. So it's like square up and attack off the drive. You say to get the ball inside. You haven't got to pass it into the post. You could beat somebody off the dribble. You could, you haven't just got to step back there and shoot threes. They've committed now.
They were too hesitant, I think. I don't know if it's the threat of blocking shots in the paint, but they were just not leaning towards going into the paint for some reason.
Yeah, and even when they're a shot blocker, sometimes the best way to take care of a shot blocker is go right at him. Don't wait for him to come from the weak side.
And use shot fakes. Once you get in the paint, go 2 feet plays and use your shot fake, pass fake to get fouls. But they haven't done a good job all day long.
Well, after Mahani, Kone, now 5 of 7 at the free throw line. Goes to 7 points total. Gets the roll, and that will be another point to his total. 6 of 8 at the line, Kone. 8 points, 6 rebounds. Interesting that Barcelona have out-rebounded Dubai by 16 in this game. Yeah, there's no big standout rebounder. The biggest rebounder in the game for them is Arturas Butievas, who we haven't seen in the fourth quarter. He's got 7. Double team, the big man. Kone with the steal. Shows some ball handling skills, the big fella. And he will go back to the line. Well, if he's got size, power, and a soft pair of hands, what a prospect this man could be for the future.
He reminds me of Yabusel a little bit, from Madrid, and now he plays in the NBA, obviously, with his size and the way he moves, definitely a big prospect.
Yeah, that's a great steal. Normally, when the big man gets a steal like that, the coach is screaming out, "Give it to the guard!" Well, he shows he's got some nifty ball handling skills. 9 points, and it's a really promising sign, especially for big men. I'm 2'8" myself, so I'm in the big man community club. But for a big man to get the 10 points and he's getting them all at the free throw line, that shows he's been doing the job that you want him to do.
Yes, it's huge for him, and using his size and strength, especially in the paint, and getting to the free throw line. And even though you kind of make a joke about this shimmy, but he made most of his free throws.
Look, as I said, if he's making them, I don't care if he drags it around his back, flips it in the air, kisses it first.
Exactly. He really did a great job on the free throw line as well.
Follow-up offensive rebound by Alniak. Anil Alniak now. First player for Dubai into double figures. He goes to 10 points as we hit the final minute of this game. Foul is called. Young Gustav Vilchans. And that's the drive to the basket that Dubai have not been able to get.
Right.
That's the kind of play that they could have done.
That's one thing that they were missing, and made a huge difference in the game. They were just settling for shots, so many shots, even in the mismatch situations. They would rather take the shots instead of going to attack the big guys. But I'm impressed with Al Yanak as well. He's one guy who was trying to stand for his team, for Dubai. He was, he's been dealing with the big guys from Barcelona all day long. So I thought he really tried.
We'll expect to see him get more court time in the remaining games for Dubai. They play against Mega Belgrade, Super Belgrade tomorrow. And they close out against EA7 Milan. Barcelona was the other way. They play Milan tomorrow in the early game. And then they will close out against Mega. Bilchans with a 3, and well, the basket counts, but a foul has been called. Referees have to decide if the foul was before or after the shot. The basket is counted, and the foul has been called on number 11. There you see underneath the basket, Miguel Bandaka.
Yeah, I think it's a good call. It was unnecessary move underneath, but again, nothing intentional. But referees caught it really on time. Just to be clear, the three-point basket does count.
Yes. The foul was after the shot, so Bandaka picks up the foul, and that will send Johan Amaruna to the free throw line.
Which is, again, it wasn't an offensive foul. It was during the rebound, so Barcelona get to shoot two free throws because of that.
Yeah, it's one of those rules that, well, that's our job to clear that mess up. Is in effect a defensive foul, which is why the free throws happen. Once the shot is gone, you're no longer on offense, so it's just a fight for the ball. So Dubai sitting on 46 points, having conceded 110. Alniak, this is the triple. Guille with the rebound, and now shot clock is off. Pena has a look at his coach and asks him what he has to do. The coach says, run an offense. Ooh.
And that leads to a turnover.
I think Guille knew he got away with a carry there.
He did, but ball didn't lie, yeah.
Well, how's about that? So, well, the turnover to close out the game, that's almost the story of the last 40 minutes, but it's a dominant performance from FC Barcelona. They take care of Dubai basketball. The first game of the 2025 Adidas Next Generation EuroLeague Finals is complete. Smiles all round for the blue and garnet of Barcelona. They have a comprehensive victory